Good afternoon. My name's Mark. I'm here today with GovDirections, and we're going to walk through our platform. And I'm here today to answer questions that we're going to provide you details about government contracting. I'm one of the founders of the services, so feel free to ask me as we go along. If you're joining us today on YouTube Live, make sure you click that subscribe button, and that'll always alert you if there's a video that we're doing. We do these routinely. And if, at the end of it, if you like us, feel free to indicate that in the uh, pushing that up button, and that will help us out and help us reach more. If you're live in the classroom, questions are limited until the end, and then I'll be glad to ask you. You can pop some questions into the chat if you like. But what I'm going to do today is really walk through directions in our services, and I'll say hello to you there, but we want you focusing directly on the screen today. So I'm going to use that video a little bit loose, not so restricted today. So we'll have more focus really on the presentation itself. So here we are, and one thing I always like to start with is a slide here called demonstration. Let's see here that we have pulled together, kind of explain why we do what we do, and then I'll go into the actual background. But what you're dealing with is a fragmented marketplace. It's not broken by any sense, and that fragmentation is a business problem. And what GovDirection seeks to do in an integrated way to full service solution is to help you pull that marketplace together. Not broken. Governments have designed themselves in a method where they have a home rule philosophy to allow them to achieve that goal of, basically the theory of the firm. They have some sort of desire and some sort of need that to be more efficient, and they reach out to the marketplace. It says, "Help me out. I got this project," and then tries to treat you all fairly in the approach to actually bring you in as a contractor of some sort. And so that involves a lot of steps. And in that space, it can get a little bit, like a puzzle box. And I have it here and try to show you our purpose. In fact, there's thousands of agencies, over 88,000, frankly, that we cover in some sort of way. These includes the state agencies, portals with cities and counties and school districts and special districts of all kinds, hospital systems, airports, parks, transit systems, those official agencies, and then of course we have this what I sometimes I use the word pesky, those that other layer of fragmentation these days, these organizations that serve a purpose, but procurement platforms where there's separate registrations required with all of them and different alerting systems and formats, and a lot of times even hidden the information's hidden from general search engines or AI tools that you may use to actually try to find and but just really adding to a serious fragmentation of the market. And so GovDirections in 1998, we stepped forward with a business solution, and that is an aggregated service where we pull together those bids. We want to make sure that they fit you in the right way. And so I use that puzzle box. You open that up. Sometimes it looks unwieldy, and then you start putting it together. It comes together. It makes sense, and that's what GovDirections does for you. We have some tools, and I'll call attention to platforms these days are recognizing it's just not sitting and waiting for governments to post those bids and then nothing else that you're offered. And then frankly, somewhat of insulting to individuals where they get the information freely from governments, and the governments push it there, but then they want you to have to pay to get access to it. In fact, most states now have legislative measures in place where you don't have to pay for access to public information. An aggregation service like ours is a little bit different. We serve you, and we don't work with government at all. That's one of the differentiators. And it's not we dislike governments, and governments frankly like us. And we operate more like a newspaper. So we aggressively collect. You have a team of researchers who go out there and work with you. And so a service like ours, just a little bit different and we'll draw attention to it. So our emphasis is you and always has been. So therefore, we have a suite of services that are available to you that allow you to really go out there, not only to find the government contract, but then actually the steps necessary to win. And unlike portals that only serve 300, 400 different agencies, we have a 88,000 plus coverage. And so you'll see a lot more activity, 63,000 plus active bids today alone, so that you can come in there very quickly and type in a keyword. I'm going to focus in on some hurricane debris today. So some keywords together, add in international if you like, 72 countries that we are currently working in some capacity. Search it, and then it actually go in and find bids that are really within your wheelhouse, and drive directly to a match to you. And in fact, we have some of the more popular ones. Wildfire recovery is one, for example. We have those on there, and you can tap onto those any given time, where you can go through very quickly and see the bids in a way that really matches to you specifically, and we show you the level of match there in an organized way, from the one that's highly matched to you to ones that potentially are less likely, but still in things you may want to be looking for. And then on our front page, of course, we have every bid as it comes in, and you can sit there all day and watch it. We had 2 to 3 bids a minute, or some sort of listing that the government's trying to reach your attention. And I'll point out a couple of things. First is we're not a speculative system. I mean, everything here is going to come to fruition on or about the date we tell you somebody's going to win that contract. So what you're looking at is real live opportunity. We tell you who the title of the bid should reflect what the government's seeking, area, the location, the status, and then the due date. And when I say status, we're looking at early leads. These are not leads the way you think they are, but these are just more time, giving you more time to get in there. These are bids that are not yet out yet. The government has budgeted for it. They have potentially talked about it in a public meeting of some sort. We know it's coming, just not out in the marketplace quite yet. And the reason why you want to know about those is because that getting in there early, you can practice more traditional business development, and our team works hard to do that. And I would just point out that we're not just some AI generated website. It's essentially a cooperative research team, been in place since 1998, and working together in some capacity, and we continue to grow. But there with graduate level training to help you understand the business of working with government. Listing you, and I would point out another differentiator between us and some systems that you may have. First, 100% onshore in the United States, but then as you step into it, page 4, page 50, page 200, you're still looking at active listings. They're not expired. So that's important for you to understand that. A lot of times we see the bids that they're already expired, and it's not really helpful data to you. Now we have over 7 million expired bids, and our data is rich, and we use that in different ways. But our objective is to take that information, and there's 63,300 now. They keep coming in, and put the one in front of you that really matters. And so these are just tools to let you show you the marketplace as a whole, and allow you to search. But then in your member homepage, we start pulling it together in an integrated way to really help you go from the idea of working with government to an actual contract opportunity that's completed, that you've accomplished. And we help you throughout that process. Once items first, our member homepage, if you get lost, you're logged in, click that, it's going to take you to our dashboard, your dashboard. Second, chat RFPs, a way to really start moving forward. I'll walk you through that. That'll wait in a quick way to really kind of start analyzing that project whenever you put in there some basic information about your company, built around the way governments look at it at your organization. It's not the traditional writing an RFP between me and you, potentially, but using the capability statement, your indicators of success, the RFP itself, building a winning strategy, finishing and downloading, freely available to you. GovSchool, ways to learn, help you understand really how to work with government. And then our suppliers directory, we put you in front of government agencies. And then always the ability to quickly talk to us and ask questions if you need to. Register, of course, 100% of information that's delivered to you by email, completely free. You register for access to data itself. About 80% of the information on our website completely available to you at no cost. You just need to register to gain access to it. All of our federal data, 100% at no charge. Our set-aside product, somewhat unique to the marketplace. You're able to go in and see not only federal set-asides, but active state and local. And they are available to you in certain areas where they have not only the traditional ones that you see at the federal level, small business, service disabled, woman-owned, but also at the local and state level, you see more diversity, equity, inclusion that are different states, and you have minority, business enterprise, also LGBT and other types of bids that are set aside for various communities. You can subscribe to that, and then you can also get from us a top bid. The top bid matched to you specifically, and it's available to you by SMS to you, the phone text whenever it comes out and matches you. Once a day. And so we're not going to bombard you, but it's the one that matches you best today. And how do we know that? Well, we're going to ask them some information about you. But first, always proud to show off our Agora marketplace, where governments themselves can come and add RFPs, bids, and manage their own procurement information. We built this. A lot of the larger cities will use the platforms of about one of the 30 companies that exist in this space. But small governments don't really have that place, and we've built a place a lot just for them. Any government at any size could use it, but we have it available for them to come in and register at no charge. And also subcontracting, prime contractors can use this to gain your access to your information. Just recently launched and widely received within the marketplace. There will drive your bids to you through your settings, and telling us about who you are, the idea of what I'm trying to accomplish. I'm going in and choosing those industries, cast a wide net when you first start. You got something specific, go in there, you got that product specifically in a particular area, choose that product wisely. Cast a wide net on your states. Tell us who you're looking for. You can limit yourself, all US states, and add international areas now as well. And I would point out we're US, Canada, Mexico, European Union, deliver information in a variety of languages, as well as English, Spanish, French, now Mandarin, as well as Arabic. And so you have information available to you in a lot of different ways. Remember home there. Going back, your alerts will drive every day to you. You can store them online. Here's the one just got on the set aside alert. It's out. Sent to me. I can view that. It's stored here, so I can get quick access to it, know where the bids are at, pop it into the actual bid as quickly as one step. Okay? And that was actually a state and local set aside that I just saw there. As you step into it, you also can save bids. Your save folder has a little bit more features. First of all, your bids don't expire here. You can keep them there as long as you like. In our front system, when September 29th comes around, that bid's going to expire. Here, I'm monitoring it, watch it, and I can do a lot of different things with it, including adding it to my calendar, maintaining documents, emailing it to my staff, saving it, printing it, and then also discarding it if I don't have any interest in it. I can export it to my CRM tool of some sort, export it to my calendar, so I don't miss any of the key dates. Email the list to anybody, everybody. Got a big office potentially. I can tack on to those individuals, one of them, my staff. Calendar there, see them on different ways. Just tools that are already in place, not theory, not practices that we promise, but things that you can use today. Set asides, this is the coolest new feature we have. You can come in and you can actually track the ones in different areas of the country, not just federal, but also state and local. And you can see those bids as they're available to you. And this is in New York, a New York program. Unique to the marketplace. You can add a daily alert to that as well. Comes out about mid-morning. DLA did the world's largest buyer. Come in, you star the categories that you have an interest in. You're not sure. Maybe I'm doing fabrication. I can look, see the ones by Nate's code, star it, and then tomorrow morning, I'm going to get a 7 a.m. alert just of the Defense Internet Bulletin Board War Department bids. And this, of course, is the largest procurement buying power in the world. And you don't want to miss those a lot. A lot of times those are what we consider macro purchases as well. And so you can watch all those categories and see those now. Cool new feature as a member. Going in also now another way we are putting information in front of you so you don't miss the NAICS code, North American Industry Classification System, built around the federal procurement. So a lot of times you're looking just at the federal level. A client who does lapel pins. And so this is a recent award, but you have different ones, different areas, the dates that are left. Sometimes these operate very quickly, and where it's out on SAM. These are transactions that are 25,000 and above, of course. As you go in here, you can choose which NAICS that you want to watch. And when you choose that, then at that point in time, it's added to your alert, comes to you each day. And you can watch those cool new feature, not promises, but actual ways to really track the bids that mean something to you. As you go in, now another one, grants, monitoring grants, but not just the federal grants, but also those local, state and local grants. A lot of times the money flows through them or nonprofits that are broadcasting to you. And you can do that. Here's some disaster supplemental money that's available from the Economic Development Administration. Some of our clients can take this information and then walk it to the government, say, hey, apply for this grant, or me. I'm the one to do that. So we teach you how to go about doing that. And you can watch those and apply at the official source right there. Okay. So it's available to you. Here, our support always top. We're known for our support. We have over and over again clients really talk about how you can reach somebody and you can and get in touch with them out there, frequently asked questions, contact us, located in Atlanta. Uh, you can book a Zoom session anytime and talk to us in different ways. So we appreciate that. And so a lot of us have moved away from traditional phone conversations, but it's you can reach out to us in different ways and chat with the RFP system. Hope you understand a bit our SBA profile. It's important that you really fully understand that, specifically moving you to the win, making sure your account is up to date in SAM, System for Award Management, and the Dynamic Small Business Profile. Adding in your UBI and your CAGE code will link directly to your profile. This is the number one way you learn about small business opportunities, or sometimes we refer to as micro purchasing. Government searches you in a particular keyword, finds, and then just goes straight into business activity with you. And that's allowed a lot of times in different areas based on the dollar volume. Your SAM.gov listing, as well, if you need some registration help, we have that available to you. And just beware, there's a lot of marketing out there. And latest is a bright yellow postcard that comes to you in the mail and suggests that there's some sort of problem with your SBA or your SAM registration, and you got to pay money to fix it. You don't have to do it. It's 100% free. If you ever need having questions for that, just reach out to us. Adding your capability statement is so important these days specifically because a lot of the AI generated issues is posted here. And once you add it, we'll give you an AI analysis of it, and you can replace that at any given time. Cool. It's available to you. Your sobriety indicators of success. Something unique to us again. This really helps you center in on the bids that you're going to win. And providing us more information allows us the ability to put that bid that matches you in the best light right there before you. So taking a minute to fill this out is worthwhile your time. It then is also tied into your actual analysis of a bid when we see one. Your directory listing, make sure you complete that. This is how we put information about you in front of governments who are posting with us. Our GovDevice platform, we do have AI tools in both using the two prominent ones, Claude and ChatGPT. You can go in, freely available to you to help you out in that process. Now, I would just point out, these tools are excellent. I use them every day. Everybody's using them and we're learning how to use them. Be very careful about producing an RFP or a bid response using an AI tool at this point. Governments are incremental in nature. They're not moving that quick into this arena, and they're putting in issues related to it and potentially counting off points when it's AI generated and making you potentially non-responsive. So make sure you're fully aware of each organization's rules. If you do need a human touch, we do have individuals available to you, fully integrated into your system. We work with you just first to get started. We have an experiential writing class where we train, but you move on and do this on your own. It's always built around that basic concept of a theory of a firm, where we and also helping you understand what the government has that you need, but then teaching you in a way of giving you and teaching you to how to fish and how to feed yourself for a lifetime on that proverb. And so we help you with that process. One of the unique, again, to the market and helpful in a lot of different ways. People really like that. All the way to a full technical writer, service, micro consultant who will manage your bid pipeline. I'll show you some of that services here in just a minute. Our Gov School, full hands-on here. Gov School, we teach in classes like this. And then, of course, our and others are stored here. This one will be available to you right after this session in YouTube Live. And then in GovDirections on YouTube, hundreds of hours of videos and available to you to help you in different ways. And then, of course, you can integrate your Drive, your OneDrive, your Google Drive, whatever online collaborative tool that you're using. If you don't know how to do that, we have videos on how to help you understand that. but you can add that to your platform and use it in a productive way. Now, some of you will not see these additional features. Adding them or they become available to you, including hiring a writer who will take and run it with it. You request a writer, it takes you through the process of bidding on a project, doing everything for you. And it to your calendar so you don't miss any milestone dates, making sure it's refreshed at different times, and moving it with you, taking information, keeping it moving is so important that you do that. Your pipeline itself, managing that process from an individual staff recommendation, AI generated recommendations, your daily alert recommendations, different levels to help make sure that you put in front of you the bid that you want us to work with you on. And then our team can either write that for you, you write it in a experiential way, meaning you do and we read it and make sure it's done right, or we do it all for you and then you read it and make sure it's done right. So it's a different experiential, meaning we learn by doing it in different ways. Submitted proposals, mapping those in the right way, helping you make sure you don't make any mistakes, going through and auditing with you, and so forth. And then, of course, tracking those proposals that you win, sharing it on your team, making sure that the data is there, that we can analyze it in such a way. And then your indicators that you told us about, that the bids are matching you in the right way. And so you're being very precise in how you actually respond, increases your win ratio. Okay. And then, of course, given our staff actually tapping into your drive and helping you, already building it for you and giving you templates and advice how to actually do things, leaving you notes, making ourselves available to you. Your bid pipeline easily, if you don't have these tools here available, and you can kind of work through it, and they're there.